Hi, everybody. It's Miss Dickey. Miss Chase and I came up with this project for you because we are all stuck at home and we would love to go somewhere else. So, if you could go anywhere on your vacation, where would you go? Would you go to the desert? Would you go to the mountains? Would you go to a city, outer space, or a lakeside? Or you could even go to the South Pole and hang out with the penguins. All of these landscapes have several things in common. They all have a horizon line, which is where the sky meets the earth. They all have a foreground, and those are the objects closest to the bottom of the page, and they are bigger. And they all have a background, which is the stuff that is closest to the top of the paper. This is where I would go. It looks warm. It looks tropical. I love the palm trees. I imagine myself there on the sand with a towel and a sketchbook. Ugh, I wish I could actually go there. I'm going to gather my supplies for this project. I'm using watercolor and oil pastel for this. So everybody needs a piece of paper and a pencil and an eraser. But you can use anything you have around. If you're using paint, obviously you need some paint brushes and water also. A paper towel is also helpful. I'm going to start with my pencil drawing. When you make a landscape, the first thing you need to do is worry about the horizon line and then add the foreground. I'm adding my palm trees here. Next, I'm going to start adding the things for my background. So those are the clouds and the island in the middle. I'm going to play that one more time. Here's my finished drawing. The key to any good landscape is to really work on your drawing first. I did not put all of the details on my palm trees. I'm going to add those with my oil pastel next. When I add my oil pastel, I'm going to start with the middle of the picture, which you'll notice in the video. That way I don't smudge the oil pastel all over the picture. You can see I'm adding those details to the palm trees, filling in the island, and then everything in the foreground. Next is to add watercolor. I'm going to look for the big patches of color. I'm going to start with the water in the foreground. I'm mixing a fuchsia orangey color there. And I'm going to dab it with my paper towel because it's a little too dark. And then I'm going to look for that same color in my background. I'm just going to dab my paintbrush. Next, I'm going to add yellow. I'm putting the yellow wherever I see it in my picture. I'm going to add some more red and orange and pink up to that background. You can see I'm just dabbing with my paintbrush. Then I'm going to add some blue. And I want to be careful with the blue not to mix it too much into the orange and the yellow because that'll turn my paint brown. So you want to be careful when you're mixing colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel. I'm going to work some more on my water, adding in some waves. I'm going to let my picture dry in between layers, or you can use a hair dryer. But if you let it dry in between layers, then you won't lose all the detail that you put in the first layer. Here I'm just intensifying the color, so going back over my oranges and pinks. Adding in some more blues and purples. Next, I'm going to add my final details. And for me, it's this flock of birds in the middle ground. The birds are actually just some triangles with lines. That's all the viewer needs to know that you are drawing birds. And there you have it. Here's my final product. I could probably add some more birds to my middle ground. but you can see it's my own interpretation of this picture. If you have any questions about your landscape, you can contact me or Miss Chase, and we will happily help you. You can email us, and we will help you get this done. This is a final version of the whole entire thing from start to finish.